part of our program, the company highlight for our gold partners. Now, this is more of an in-depth getting to know you segment.
All right, Trisha. So first up for our company highlight is the company behind our all-time favorite snacks, including Oreo cookies, Tiger Energy biscuits, and of course, my personal favorite, the Cheese Whiz spread.
From what I know, this company right here is also the one behind the Toblerone and Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolates. Their mission is offering the right snack, for the right moment, made the right way. Now, I think truly that is snacking made right.
All right, so without further ado, may we call on Mondelez Philippines. The stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Would it be okay if I can share my screen? There. Please let me know if you can see it. Can you guys see it?
Yes, Bob.
All right. Okay. So for today, I think it's as a parang as a pang startup to, I guess it's better for us to really debunk this recruitment myths, no? And this is very, very important in order for us to gain confidence, no? As we submit our resumes, as we submit our profile in these companies, no, that we are targeting or eyeing for, no? So for today, again, we will be debunking the mistheory, debunking recruitment myths, no? So I hope that you can have like an open mind, and I'll be discussing a few things. And if you have any questions, just kindly let us know, okay? All right. So for the first myth, recruiters are scary. Okay, so for our verdict, this is not true. To share with you guys, no, ako when I started applying in different companies, no, ito din yung naiwan sa akin na impressions that the recruiters are actually scary, kasi that's how they portray it, no, in the movies and then in TV, no, but this is not true. Recruiters are actually can be considered as our friends, no. When I entered the recruitment field, I realized that it is important for us to have a connection with our applicants because they may not be considered for the role right now, no, but eventually you can use them for future pulling, no, for pulling yung mga candidates mo for another role, no. So definitely recruiters are not scary. They're our friends, no. They will definitely help us with the whole recruitment process, and I want you to look at recruiters that way, no, in order for you guys to also build your confidence during your application, no, with these companies. So for the second myth, so good company is equivalent to good compensation. Okay, so this is not true. We had that notion that these companies, this good companies pays a lot, no. But sometimes kasi as an applicant, it's not always the compensation that we're really after for. Sometimes it is the experience, no. Sometimes it is the job itself, no, that really motivates us, no. And sometimes it's really more of the environment of the company, that we're really after for, no. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that not all of us has the same motivation, no. And if it's kung yung motivation mo is something that you think na could definitely bring you to bigger heights, no, or to mas gaganda yung career nyo if you get that opportunity, then all you have to do is just to grab it. Okay. Next, to get hired, I must show my competitiveness. Okay. Well, this is not true. No, although we in recruitment, what we are trying to also look at, no, is how you are positioning yourself, no, during the interview. Sometimes during the interview, candidates could sound a little cocky, no, medyo syempre ang we had that notion na during the interview we have to always put our best foot forward, no. But I guess in the interview process, instead of being competitive, the word or the thing or my advice is that you have to be very genuine. No, you have to be very true. No, you don't really have to brag that you know this, you know that, no. Pero if once na pinagawa sa hindi mo siya magawa, no. So it's going to be parang a fail on your end, no. So you just have to be very transparent now with your recruiter that I have a little knowledge in this or a little knowledge in that. You don't really have to be that competitive. Just show them the real you, because that's something that we are looking at, no, yung vulnerability ng bawat applicants. We are also looking at on how you can also grow as an employee inside of Mondelez. Kasi if, for example, if alam mo na yan lahat, no, let's give it 1 year, 2 years, no, baka magsawa ka din kasi alam mo na lahat, no. So we have to give you that certain space in order for you to grow with the company. So next, I'll have a better chance of getting the job if I ask for a lower salary. Okay, so basically this is not true. Again, we had that notion na salary is one of yung factor na ginagamit to determine whether we're going to hire a candidate or not, no. I guess as a fresh graduate, it would be better if we could do our own research in terms of how much ba normally range yung salary for that specific position, for an entry level or for someone who has an experience, let's say for a year or a two, in order for us to position ourselves properly, no, pag tinanong na tayo, how much is our expected salary. And I always tell, ako personally, I always tell my hiring manager that the expected salary does not really, parang is not really equivalent to the salary that this candidates are willing to take. No, so as an advice, do your research. No, try to check yung benchmark, kung magkano yung salary within that level or within that position or within that specific level ng experience, so that you'll also be informed. No, yep, you just have to also be very transparent and be very true to your recruiter. So next, lengthy CV is equivalent to getting noticed, no? So I guess as a fresh graduate, yan ang ano natin eh. Yan ang initial ano natin, notion na ang CV talaga natin kailangan medyo mahaba. Lahat ng pwede nating ilagay, ilalagay natin, okay? Lahat ng organizations na member tayo, ilagay natin, no? So what I could suggest, no? By the way, this is not true. So what I can suggest is that you can actually position your CV in a way na parang nagkukwento. No? Let's say, for example, you could put there your highest educational attainment first, and then next would be yung mga organizations that you became a part of. It's okay to put the organization that you became a part of, no? Kahit na member kayo, you just have to make sure that you just did an impactful contribution to that specific organization. I remember when I was still in college, I am a member, but I did propose or I did also led a specific project in that organization. And hindi ko pinagdalawang isipan na ilagay yung aking pagiging member dun sa organization na yun. I am not an officer, but I did put it because I did some project management. I did help them in promoting the event, no, so that's something that's very impacting, no? It's an organizational impacting parang contribution that I gave the org, no. Tas you could also put, let's say for example, wala kang internship, no, let's say for example wala kang uh, parang org affiliation, no, but you are very much hands on, let's say for example sa iyong family business, no, you could definitely put that, no, that you became, let's say for example, a cashier on your family business. You became parang someone who do the inventory in the family business, no. It's definitely going to help you because it shows how willing you are to take a space, no, in the organization ng iyong family. Very very important. And also hindi mo na spend yung time mo by just, you know, browsing the internet, watching YouTube and all that, no. So nagamit mo yung time mo wisely, no. Nagamit mo yung time mo wherein you can be productive, no. You have to always remember that when you are going to put something in your resume, you have to make sure that may natutunan ka from those stints that you had, no. You have to make sure that you became a different person after that stint, that you have learned something from that stint, no. Make it valuable, you know, but not really that lengthy, no, kasi syempre we just wanted to get yung ano, yung parang gist nung whole ano nyo, stints that you had from the past, no. Also I think you could also put in yung mga volunteer works ninyo. Let's say for example for an NGO or a volunteer works that you did for a specific foundation, no? So that also shows your empathy. It also shows your willingness to extend a helping hand in this organization, no. So what more if you are part of that organization already, no. So it's really more of like a reflection of who you are once you're inside the organization, because all of these things na nakikita natin sa resume should be reflected from your actions, no. Kailangan makita natin yan once you're part of the organization. So next, don't apply unless you have all the experience in your job ad. Well, this is not true. I myself could attest to this. Now, I was a graduate of Human Resource Management from CSB. So I saw this specific job post, no? In this job post nakalagay they need a recruiter, and the recruiter that they need would require a 5 years experience. And I was a fresh grad by that time. So sabi ko, parang I won't be able to get in because they're requiring 5 years, no? So sabi ko, I don't have that much experience. I don't really have that experience in terms of recruiting, no? So what I did is that I actually did pray for it. I did prayed for it and then submitted my resume, no, when nung medyo nalinaw-linaw na yung isip ko, no. I submitted my resume and then the next day I was able to get a call. So I took the risk. No, so basically in the story, I just want you guys to take the risk. It's not that I want you to apply sa lahat ng mga job openings na makita nyo until you get the right one. No, you have to be very strategical. You have to make sure na yung mga jobs na yun is something that is aligned with what you want or yung with your career path. No, you have to make sure that yung job na applyan nyo is something that you really like, you know, and then not just something na parang masabi na right after graduation nagka-work ka na, no? So make it more meaningful, make it more memorable on your end, that yung mga stints that, or yung mga jobs that you're applying for is something that's very very dear to your heart, no? But at least you could get to see the value of it, no? If pagtapos ng stints niya and all that. So next myth, I can lie about a few things. The recruiter doesn't know me anyway. Of course, this is not true. No? You should not be lying to your recruiter. Again, you have to be friends with your recruiter. You have to make sure that with in the recruitment part, no, you have to make sure na dun pa lang na makikita na yung honesty with you. And these companies, or the companies, all of the companies actually, nagba-background check yung mga yan. No? So you have to make sure na lahat ng mga dinisclose na information mo are all true, because we have a third party vendor who will validate everything. Okay? And that speaks a lot
Wait,
about
wait.
yourself.
Mondelez Philippines, the 15 minutes for your company highlight is already over.
Okay, all
I
right.
will have to cut you off right there na po.
No problem, Naya. I hope everyone na may natutunan kayo from this talk that I had today.
All right.
Yes,
Once
po.
again, thank you.
Thank you so much again, Mondelez Philippines. And also, as a huge, huge fan of Oreos, and aside doon, I just wanted to say that I really learned so much in this segment, not just the practical information that was very new to me, but also what you said, that we have to choose careers that are meaningful to us. So I think that's something that is really valuable for all of our attendees today.
Correct. Thank you so much as well, Naya and Trisha.
All right. So just a reminder that if you guys would like to get to know more about Mondelez Philippines, you guys can catch them later in their live booth. All right.